So this is the last angle. This is you from the front swimming underwater. And as you can tell, you have a great tempo. Again, never change that. And a lot of what you do with your stroke is tremendous. I mean, look at that. You're getting the head down low. Our hands aren't overextending. I love where your hands are entering. They're outside the shoulder. They're keeping the water your head's about to pass through nice and still. You do a lot of things right with this fly. Okay, this next thing we're going to talk about, though, it is one of the big secrets of the top swimmers in butterfly. So right now, you know we have two distinct phases of that butterfly. So we have of that butterfly pull. So we have this sweep phase where you bring your head up, sweep. And then we have that push phase where you push yourself forward. Sweep and push. We talk about this all the time. So what we want to do is we want to sweep. And right now you can see when you're sweeping, your hands are staying way far apart and are staying outside your shoulders. Okay, that's not how the top flyers do it. So what we have here is when you're sweeping, imagine you have two hands and two paddles. So you have your two hands, and you got two paddles. Okay, so for the sweep, we want two hands and two paddles. But when we get to the push or the drive, when we get here, we want one hand, two hands, one paddle. So we just want, get those hands all the way together. We want one big paddle right in the middle of your body. So you want to get the thumb and the pointer finger right next to each other on both hands. It's like you're making a little diamond shape and with your hands, with your thumb and index fingers. And you just want it right there, and then you want to push that big single paddle all the way back underneath you. So that's the drive phase. We want to have two paddles on the sweep, and we want to get those hands closer together and get them pretty much almost touching. Okay, now one of the things that you can do, let me go back to the other stroke because it was a little bit better angle. So one of the things you can do when you want to get here, Audrey, a drill you can use to help teach you this is that, I know you know 2-2-2 drill, 2 left, 2 right, 2 strokes, or 3-3-3, 3 left, 3 right, 3 strokes, 3 double arm strokes. I know you've used those drills before, but you probably didn't know what you were using them for. And one of the things you use those drills for, where you have 2 left, 2 right, 2 full strokes, one of the things you can use them for is developing this catch, this getting the single paddle on the drive of your fly. So what you want to do is the single arm strokes, you're just focused on kick timing, head timing like normal, but you get into the double arm strokes and you actually want to bring the hands together and touch. So you want to touch your index finger and your thumb, or just the index finger or the thumb, whichever's comfortable, but touch those hands, touch the thumbs, touch the finger, one of the two, or touch both if you need to make that big single paddle, and then push through trying to keep that paddle together. Okay, now when you swim, you don't want to get that close. We don't want to get to where those fingers are touching, but we want to be about an inch apart. So we want to be really, really close. We want those hands to be almost touching. Okay, so good thing for those drills, that 2-2-2 drill, 3-3-3 drill, is to get those hands together, actually touch, and then push back, trying to keep those fingers touching. That'll teach you how to push straight back. It'll also teach you how to get into that position where you have that single paddle. Because, you know, once you do that on this drive part here, you're going to have way more energy on that stroke. And given how quick your tempo is, I mean, once you start pulling more water, you're just going to take off like a rocket. So, great job. Love everything you do with your butterfly. Love your tempo. Head's good. Just try and keep focused on the kick. Make sure we're kicking through the breath. Hands, recovery, everything looks great. Just got to get to that single paddle on that pole. When we're in that push phase, we need to get the hands together underneath us and push that big single paddle back instead of the 2 little paddles. Okay? And the other thing, keep working on those dolphin kicks. Keep working on those underwaters of streamlines. The streamlines are super important to get down. So we got to work on that and keep sharpening up that turn. Anyways, great job. I will see you at practice tonight.